If you're into filmmaking, you've probably heard about this magical piece of glass, the Tiffen Black Pro Mist. Stick around as we dive into what makes this filter so unique and why it's a must-have for your creative toolkit. What's up, guys? I'm Marcel. I'm from Boise, Idaho, and I'm an aspiring videographer / DP. And if this is your first time to the channel, thank you and welcome. So first, let's get the obvious things out of the way. This is a front threading filter, and they vary in size so you can fit it to all the lenses you have. If I was gonna recommend anything, I would get a filter for the size for the biggest lens you have, and then use step downs from there, so you don't have to buy a filter for every lens. You can use one across the board. The magic behind this filter is a bunch of tiny little particles that scatters and diffuses light, and that's what leaves you with that dreamy or cinematic effect that everyone's going for. The Black Pro Mist comes in a bunch of different diffusion variations, ranging from an 1/8 all the way up to 3. Personally, I don't think I would go above a 1/2, but that's just me. A 3 might be good for something that you're shooting like a dreamlike sequence or something fantasy to where you really need a lot of diffusion. But most of the time, just a little subtleness in your shot can do a lot. Let's move past the physical features of this filter and let's talk creatively now. One of the ways you can use this filter creatively is controlling the contrast of your image. If you have a scene that has a lot of contrast to it, you can use this filter to raise up your shadows and also bring down your highlights just a little bit. This can really help with giving you a more balanced tonal range throughout your entire shot. I like to use this filter to add a little more bloom to the lights behind a shot, either me or another person. But if there's dead space on one side and I have a light over there, I can add a filter on that with the light and maybe fill out some of that dead space. It's not gonna take out everything, but it might add a touch of fullness to that side of the frame. If I were to say the #1 reason people use this filter is to just give them that cinematic effect. It's really nice to pair with some lighting in the background of your scene. A lot of people use this filter to get rid of that perfect sharpness all these new cameras put out, just to give your shot a little more character. Another great way to utilize this filter is when you're shooting people. Especially if you're shooting interviews, a filter like this can really help take down fine lines, blemishes, wrinkles on someone's face. It can help even out and warm up the skin tones. So that would be a good way to utilize this filter. If you haven't quite figured it out creatively yet, you can see what it does to someone's face just in something as simple as an interview. This can also help give out a nice natural color cast. One thing that I've noticed lately is that a lot of people like to shoot now and then choose later, and that doesn't change for diffusion filters. Some people might shoot with no diffusion and then try and add it later because they couldn't decide on what they wanted at the time of shooting. You can do it that way if you want, if you know for sure later on you're gonna need that clip with no diffusion, but there really is no replacement for shooting it in camera. Get good at deciding when you wanna use your filter creatively. Be confident in that choice, because you never know unless you try it. This filter comes with me everywhere, and if you want to see what else I bring everywhere, check out my other video, What's in My Camera Bag. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. See you guys next time.